have made the decision to opt out of dating for next year and for the foreseeable future, honestly, because I'm just uninterested. I'm uninterested. I'm unattached. I'm ending this year single with no talking stages, no situationships, no relationship, nothing. Like, it's literally me. And that feels really good because at the beginning of this year, I was in a relationship. We broke up. I was single all summer. I've been single. I'm still single. But I did decide to give a few people a chance and just to like do it for the plot, see where things go, maybe ease into talking to men again. They reminded me exactly why I don't. Now, for the foreseeable future, I am opted out of dating. I don't want to go on dates. I don't want to talk to a man in a romantic way at all. I honestly don't even think I want male friends. Like, I don't want to get to know any men. I don't. I even gave guys a chance that are not my typical type. Like many of you have suggested, give someone a chance. It's not your type. Try someone new. Step outside the box. No. I will be sticking with my type if I do decide to date in the future. You guys want to hear the story about the one who really gave me the ick? Like, I don't know what he did, but he figured out what every single one of my icks were and like did all of them, and I had to cut him off and block him because he was just, I gave this man a chance. He's like the opposite of everything that I would go for, and this is exactly why I don't go for that.
People, what sense does this make? Well, like, what in the world are we talking about here, bro? Now, you can already tell, man, sis, just the way her face look, man, I can just already tell it's gonna be on some BS, right? They're just attention grabbing, right? But let's just kind of let's attack what she's talking about. Like, that's what we like to do on this channel. We like to attack points. Now, Shawty just said she just got out of a relationship with a guy. I guess over the summer or whatnot, and that didn't work. That's one guy. Then she says that I tried a few more guys, and a few more guys just proved why she is single. Now, let's go ahead and look up the word few, right? How many people are few, right? What is a few people, right? So you have a few. Doesn't have a single number, but generally means a small quantity, usually more than two, but not many. Often interpreted as 3 to 5, though context is key. For instance, a few minutes could be 5 to 10, while a few dollars might mean $3 to $4. It is more than a couple, two, but less than several or many, right? So let's just say, right, let's just go on a limb here, right? Because we know a lot of our women are promiscuous today. A lot of our women think they can do the same thing men are doing. So when she says that she talked to a few guys, we're just gonna go on the high end here, right? So we're gonna say that she talked to 5 guys. So that's 6 guys. That is 6 guys that you talked to, that you dealt with, and they still weren't right for you. Then you turn around and you said that, hey, well, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and try out and just try different guys, man, that I necessarily wouldn't try, right? That I'm technically going outside my standards for, and they didn't work. And now you're saying you don't want any friends. People, this is the rhetoric that you hear from your women who claim to be college educated. This is the rhetoric that you hear from women who claims to have better control of the emotions. These are the women that swear up and down, man, they mature faster than men. These are the women that swear up and down they can get any man they want. This is a proof that this woman right here, right, to some degree, she is beautiful as long as she keep up what she's doing to some degree, right? To some degree. The head shape and the way you look, man, you out here looking like, you look like Buddy from American Dad. You look like the alien from American Dad. So me personally, I'm like, come on, man. But you ain't no coin flip your damn self, right? You ain't no coin flip your damn self. But to then sit here and try to make it seem as if you aren't the issue. This is the pandemic that we're having with our women today. They think they aren't the problem. A lot of these women swear up and down they are not the problem. They will always point fingers at other men. This is why I said we're just gonna go ahead and just run with 5, because you're saying you're dealing with a few, and then on top of that you're dealing with a bunch of other men that you normally wouldn't deal with. I could just only assume that these few guys was out here beating. Let's just be honest. I think that these few guys were out here beating, but this is the issue that we have with our women today. They will sit here and they will go through so much stuff. They will put themselves through so much stuff. They won't even look in the mirror, but then they will rather jump on the internet and say, well, here's the reason why I don't want to deal with these men. Because men, instead of me. This is why. This is what I messed up on. This is what I truly need to work on. Anytime you hear women saying, hey, well, I need to work on myself, a lot of times they're not working on themselves. They're just saying that just so they can get some validation, so they can seem like, hey, I'm actually doing something with my life. when they're really not. A good example, look at this video right here. I mean, once again, to sit here and try to make it seem as if men are the issues, but yet these the type of videos that you are making, yet guys are just running through you, right? And I could just only assume, because once again, women say empowerment. Women like her will say empowerment is being able to sleep around with a bunch of guys, being able to do whatever. I'm assuming at one point in time, she felt she could do everything a man could do, right? But yet here she is still crying and complaining, trying to find a guy because no guy is looking at her as a serious candidate, as a serious option. Because if that was the case, then the few guys that you dealt with, your ex-boyfriend and the other men that you're giving trial runs to, one of them would have married you. One of them would have said, let me be serious about this woman. But look at the video.
The more I think about it, what if I'm not meant to be in a relationship? Like, what if I'm just not meant to have a dedicated person? Like, I'm just meant to have lovers, you know? Like, I feel like I flourish. I feel like I'm just so focused and not distracted when I don't have a dedicated love interest. But maybe I do need like a little friend, you know? Like, I don't need a committed situation, relationship. I just need me a little friend, a little companion, you know? And I say this because the guy who's a chef at the cafeteria at my job, every time he sees me lately, he's been like, you are just glowing. He's like, you light up the room every time you walk in. And he's like, so who's the guy? And I'm like, I literally have nobody. I was like, you know what this is? The glow is not being stressed. There is no man stressing me out in my life. So maybe that means I'm not supposed to have one.
Like, people, what do we talk? So, man, you were never really truly looking for love. What did I just say earlier? What did I just say earlier? And once again, guys, she's a modest sister. And this is why men are saying today that you really can't trust any women. Even the modest ones have 3 or 4 mindsets. Even your modest women have 3 or 4 mindsets. This don't make no sense. You're gonna sit here and make a full live video saying, pretty much trying to make out men are the issue. But then you jump on a video here and then say, hey, well, maybe it's just meant for me to just a goddamn freaking be, just to be ran through 304. Maybe it's just meant for me to sit over here and get my big bobblehead put through the mattress. Maybe it's not really my goal to be in a relationship and be married. But yeah, this is gonna be the same woman that if she accidentally get pregnant, I promise you she would jump on the internet and say, well, I'm turning a bad thing into a positive thing. This right here is gonna make me feel like a greater woman. This is all the validation that I need. Y'all, and she's gonna become one of those single mothers who then try to shame men who don't want to deal with single mothers. Women like this, man, are terrible. Women like this are terrible because all they will do is they will sit down and they will gaslight you. They will try to make it seem as if the man is the issue when clearly you can see she's the main problem. But yet we will then have these exact same women. We'll have other women who dislike content like this, who would dislike Red Pill, who would dislike the manosphere because they point out flaws when it comes down to our sisters. They point out flaws when it comes down to our women, right? And our women, instead of just simply saying, I can see it as well, we're gonna go ahead and just ignore it and try to say and make it seem as if you're the bad person. Make it make sense. You done sat here and said, man, listen, these men are making me stressed. These men are this, these men are that. But yet every guy that you dealt with, they didn't want to deal with you. The guys that you wanted didn't want to deal with you. The guys that you didn't want to deal with you. Then we are now fast forward to seeing that, as I just said, women look at empowerment. Women look at sex as empowerment. Women will sit here and get put through the matches by 50 guys in one night and look at that as empowerment. Here goes a sister saying that, well, listen, men were the issue at first, but now I see that, hey, well, listen, it's just not meant to be. So I guess, it's okay. Hey, this coochie is Waffle House. It's open 24/7. Make it make sense. Do me a huge favor. Let me a like, let me a comment, subscribe to the channel. To the next one.